Done a lot of things now. They always say that, I can't think of anybody's name, was actually the one to reach the North Pole first. What was his name, student?
Henson.
Henson, yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
I paid attention.
They say he was actually the one to reach the North Pole first and got no credit. And then right here in Newbern, they always say that Blackledge was actually the one that discovered Pepsi-Cola. He promised to give all of his children schooling. Isn't that the way it went?
That's the story that I've heard.
That's the story I've heard.
So let me ask you another question. Something you mentioned during your time. Do you remember drinking out of colored water fountains, colored bathrooms?
Colored water. Colored water. And there was a joke about it, too, that colored water. That some child wanted to know what color it was or something about it, but I can't remember it. But it's been through something. That's all I got to say. We've been through something.
So how did it feel to drink out of a colored water fountain? There was a white water fountain right next to it.
Next to it, that's right.
Oh, you just did it and went on.
Did it? He was so accustomed to it at the church. But I never took part in the marches. But I never even set foot in any of the stores. Whatever they were marching for, I would not do. Even
Okay.
though I did not take part.
If they protested X, Y, and Z, then I'm not.
I'm going to take part.
Right. Stone in the road we trod. That's
Taking out the hymn book. And I said I would know every single word. And I probably could repeat it now if I got the first
right.
because you sang that every single Monday morning in the assembly.
At school.
By the time you finished high school, you knew the words.
Such pride. Because even when I look at teachers then, and I look at teachers now, especially the black teachers, they had a sense of dressing, a style, a look from head to toe.
But now they walk and you don't know them from the street unless you look at them straight. And then if they're very young, you still don't, because they wear anything now.
Yeah, I remember they was dressed up.
But what did he say? The bunions were hereditary. And I remember my father did have those, but I thought I got them from standing up teaching.
With them high heels, pointed toes, all dressed up.
Yeah, they dressed up. And I can remember those little teachers, younger teachers that came along, like Lucille Pickens and Richardson she was, I think. And Beckton before how they would dress up. And of course, I like to dress up too. Trump came in, they kept talking about removing him, through the 25th Amendment. And I had the nerve to go there and say, well, let me see what the 25th Amendment is about. And lo and behold, I wasn't even in my book. I think it might have been, I found it, I think, in one of, no, I didn't even find it, because I used to get the Britannica, and as long as I was teaching each year, I would get the update. But then I realized that, well, I've been gone.
Oh, you missed a lot of updates.
And I kept that up as long as I was working. But I said I don't have any need for it anymore. So I stopped getting it.
You've been retired for longer than you taught.
Pardon?
You've been retired for longer than you taught.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Well, I wasn't thinking about that.
So you retired in 83?
Yeah. That was my last twice. So
Okay.
he left the office and went back to school and then got a job with the state.
Now tell me about your husband. What did he do?
He was a dentist.
Okay. So he went to where for dentistry?
He went to Meharry.
Oh.
He got his dentistry there and practiced for about 13 years. He lost his vision to glaucoma.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time when he got it, he was still in school. I think he was a senior. But as it turned out, they gave him every test but the test for glaucoma, because at his age he wasn't supposed to be having glaucoma. And he lost a lot of vision before they discovered. I think they sent him to Vanderbilt eventually, and there they discovered it. And he had lost a lot of vision even by that time. So he only practiced for about 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
Here in New Bern?
Mm-hmm. So then he hadn't planned to come here to start with, but I think Dr. Dave's passed and everybody was on his back to come here, so he came here. Practiced about, as I said, about 13 years before he lost vision completely.
Mm-hmm.
So then he went over to ECU and took a course in whatever it was he took. But anyway, he got a master's degree in that, and that's when he worked for the state. And I think he might have worked over there for about 13 years. I can't recall all these years. But anyway, he retired from over there. And every day when I come home from work, he had somewhere to go. I guess it was a matter of getting out the house.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be in there, but he worked over there. And that's when he developed that diabetes. And I think part of it was just sitting at a desk all the time.